Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? I am jeffgrantMEDIA. In today's video, we're going to be taking a closer look at the Rushfaster Essential Tech Kit. So I've now been using and testing this thing for a couple of months, and I have not switched out of it. And every other tech kit that I have tested out in the past several years, I have switched out of it and gone back to my original no-name Amazon one because I like the form factor of that. But this is very close to what I have had in my mind and been searching for years. So we're gonna go ahead and take a little bit closer look at this, compare it to what I was using, and the closest thing that I found in all of my years of searching, but I ended up throwing it to the wayside, and why. So let's start by giving you a quick spec rundown of the Rushfaster Tech Kit so you know what you're getting into. The Rushfaster Essential Tech Pouch comes in at $50 USD. It is available in green, black, or white. Its dimensions are 9.45 inches by 5.91 inches by 2.76 inches. And I should mention that mine is completely full, so if it looks a little bulkier than that 2.76 inches wide, that's because I have stuff inside this right now. The pouch is made from Blue Sign 420D Core Dura material and features YKK zippers. And I would also like to add that Rushfaster did send me this for free along with the backpack and the pencil case that I did also review, but all the opinions in this video are mine and mine alone. I did not share this content with Rushfaster prior to publication, and they will see this when you do. So, as I said, I have been searching for a tech pouch to replace this thing, this Amazon Taika that I had been using for years because I like the form factor. This has a great shape. It fits into every single backpack I've ever used, and it has surprisingly not fallen apart yet. So the quality is actually not as bad as I kind of say it is, but it's by no means made out of premium materials. But it's held up for several years, but I just really like this form factor, which is why I continuously use this for years and years and years. Now you could see the Rushfaster is only about an inch or so longer, and really I thought this was a little bit too narrow, so I wanted this to be like a half an inch wider. So in all honesty, the inch wider it's kind of welcome because I wanted that out of this original tech kit. So the form factor of this being a little bit bigger, that wasn't a big deal. This still fits in so far every backpack I've used it in, and it has all the organization that I kind of dreamed for and wanted, and the premium quality. So let's go ahead and show you how I had the original one loaded out and how I have the Rushfaster loaded out, and then I'm going to show you the closest pouch that I have found form factor wise that has pretty good materials, but the design is lackluster to say the least. So we're going to go ahead and start with this thing completely empty. As you can see, there's not much to it. There's not much organization here. We have one large main body area that came with one divider. We have two liner pockets, and then we have this little piece of Velcro here that I added as like a cable tie. I would put my dongle for my headphones to my iPhone in here, or I had a charger cable in here that I don't really use since I use wireless earbuds now, and I don't really need the charger cable because they seem to be everywhere I go, so I kind of removed them, but I left it here just in case. So this is what I had been using for years and years. So simply load it out. I would put my hard drive in here. I'd put my power supply for my computer in here. I would just lay the mouse on top. I would take my business cards would be just down in here. A couple of these extra jump drives stashed in here. I would take this that has 2 jump drives and 2 SD cards that I swap. I will take from this camera and this camera, and I will swap them into here once I'm done filming, so I can then just take them with me, and I have the SD cards with the footage on it. And then I also have a micro SD card and a micro SD card blank reader on the back, just in case, because you never know when you're gonna need them. And that's it. It would close up. It'd be a little full, but it does kind of close up. And there you go. There's my tech kit that I used for years. I used this tech kit because I like the shape. This could slide into any backpack. It's pretty slim, it's pretty narrow. It fit into 15-liter Go-Ruck bullets. It fit into 30-liter PO Gear spare camels. It fit into everything because it had a great form factor. It was nice, it was small. And again, the quality is not great. It's not premium materials by any means, but it surprisingly has held up and tell it to the test of time, and it's not falling apart for years and years and years of use of this no-name Amazon branding. Now, I will say there are plenty of companies out there that no one has ever heard of before, or no name, that do make a good product. So it's not a bad thing to test other products. You don't have to buy the most expensive name brand. You don't have to buy the label that you recognize because everyone uses it. There are plenty of items out there that are reasonably priced and are of good quality. But touching this, you could tell that this is not premium materials. It's not the best quality, but it has held up really, really well. And that's why I kept using it. Obviously, it didn't fall apart, but the form factor was the main thing that kept me in. I really love the form factor of that. But enter the Rushfaster Essential Tech Pouch. Now, all of this fits in here with a lot more room to spare, and it fits in here a lot easier. So if we open this up, we can see we have a lot of space in here. I actually left one of those cards in there. I fit a field notes book in here as well. We have additional cables. I have a charger for my Apple Watch. I have a charger for my iPhone in here. I have all of this extra organization. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 liner pockets here that are pretty hard to see just because, you know, it's black and we're looking straight down into a black hole. But then across this side, we have 3 elastic loops that we could put things in. We have a kind of stretchy pocket here. We have a zipper pocket, which is where I have my charging cables. Then we have our big pocket across the back. This is where I have my field notebook, and I put my Lacy hard drive in here. And then we also have 2 more liner pockets across the back. So this has a lot of organization to it. So the way I've been loading this up is I take my 2 jump drives here, try to close that. I'll stick these right in here. I'll take my business cards, and these fit a lot easier. They're all beat up from being in that other tech pouch, but they fit in here no problem. I'll take this centerpiece here. That's where I throw my SD cards and everything, and it sticks up just a little bit, which is good because I can grab it, because this is probably my second or most grabbed item out of this pouch. So I can grab them easier, but they still come in well under the zipper so they don't get in the way. Then across the back here, I'll take my hard drive and I'll stick that in there. Now, I don't always carry my laptop anymore, so I don't always need my power block or my mouse. So a lot of the times I just carry this, what's in here right now, with the Lacy hard drive, because all the data I need is on this hard drive. And if I need anything off those memory cards, I have a computer, I can just pull them off. So I've generally been carrying just like this. This is how I've been carrying it. But if I do have my laptop, I take my mouse, put my mouse over in here. I try to slide my hard drive all the way over to one side, and I'll just take this red whip off because it's kind of just a little extra bulk that I don't need in this tech pouch. And then I'll just take my block and I'll just kind of slide it in there. And then where's my zipper? And I'll zip it all up. And it is a little bulkier now because I do have a mouse and a power brick in here, but it is still pretty small, and it will still fit into every backpack that I try to put this pouch into. So the Rushfaster Essential Tech Kit is essentially what I have been dreaming of and thinking about for several years now, and I could still fit everything in here. And there's still a little bit room in here. I mean, it's pretty bulky right now with the mouse, the power brick, and the hard drive. But I could still fit, if I needed more jump drives or SD cards or like a cable or 2, I could still fit that in here and I'd be okay. I wouldn't be able to fit much more than that in there, some small thin items, but this is everything that I would ever possibly need in my tech kit. This is everything that I carry in my tech kit, and that's it. Everything fits in here. I would say it fits well. It's snug, but it's zipped pretty easily, and when I'm not trying to do it on camera, it's a little bit easier when I'm using 2 hands and I can just do it and articulate it the way I need to instead of try to hold it into frame. But everything fits in here completely fine. It fits into every backpack, and totally packed out like this, it will still slide in and out of the top QA zipper access on the Greener 136 North Seeker. I can still slide this in and out even like this, a little bulkier. The way I did it in that video is I did not have the power brick or the mouse in here because I have not been carrying them as often. But that is it. Everything fits in here nicely, and this is more in here than I had in this pouch because I have an extra iPhone cable in here. I have a field notebook in here. I have a charger for my Apple Watch in here. So I have a few extra things. They're not bigger or bulkier, but they do fit in here and no problem. So I can't fit more in here. Now, there are a lot more pouches and a lot more things going on inside this. So the materials alone do make this a little bit thicker. So if there was a few less pieces of material, a few less pockets, this would be a little bit smaller, even if it kept the same exterior dimensions. But I wouldn't take anything away from this. I really like this. It works really well. It gives you a lot of options for what you can carry and how you can carry in here. So yeah, so far, still very, very happy, very, very satisfied with it. I have not gone back to this Taika since I got the Rushfaster Essential Tech Pouch. This is great. And again, I normally will not carry it this full. I don't generally carry my laptop every day anymore because everything I need is stored mostly on my hard drive. So I will not be carrying these couple of items, the mouse, the power brick, and the cable. So generally when I'm carrying it, that's it. That's the thickness. That's what I'm carrying every day. The weight, it's not that heavy. It feels good. It's not an extra weight in my bag. So yeah, the Rushfaster Essential Tech Pouch is amazing. But I did have one other pouch that was similar to this in size, and that would be the side-by-side gear power packer. Now, if you look at them, they are very, very similar. The power packer is a little bit longer, but they are essentially the same form factor. This has a lot better build quality. The specs on this are really nice. It's actually made of nice materials, but the internal organization and design and layout are lackluster. I have next to nothing in here right now, and this is very bulky and very rigid. So when I put all of what is inside here, I couldn't fit everything. So even when I was carrying my laptop all the time and I needed my power supply, my mouse, and everything that's in here, it would not fit into the power packer. Now the form factor is great. The materials are very nice. It does have some nice quality materials, but the internal organization, it's just too bulky. There's just too much going on. So I just use this for like miscellaneous cables right now. There's not much in here. This whole centerpiece here, I think is too much. It just makes it too rigid. There's too much going on. It makes it too bulky. And then we have these extremely tight, useless elastic pieces here. Like people are saying, oh, you could put your SD cards in here. But as someone that has been using SD cards for a better part of a decade now, I would never stick a bare SD card in one of those slots because they are not as durable as people think. Like, oh yeah, you could drop them all you want. Yeah, you could drop them and then you immediately pick them up and try to blow them off and pray that you didn't just somehow screw it up and lose all your footage. So I would by no means do a day's worth of shooting or even an hour's worth of shooting and then put an SD card in one of these little pockets, these little sleeves here, without having at least inside one of those plastic SD card slots, because that is just completely unsafe. And these ones here, they're actually sewn on this end, so you can't even use them for anything. They don't go through, so you can't really, I don't know why they're even there. You can't use them for anything at all. This zipper pocket, just kind of too small to really put anything in. I could probably put a couple of business cards in here, but it's so small and so tight, I wouldn't be able to fit more than a few business cards in here. And don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm handing out 1,000 business cards a day, but I like to carry more than 3 business cards on me at any given time. But I would still like to carry a little more than 3 business cards in this tiny little pocket, because you never know when you're gonna need one. And then this whole panel itself, it's got something in there. It's probably a piece of plastic or a piece of cardboard to give it some sort of rigidity, but it just kind of gets in the way. I would just completely remove this. This organization, I would sew these down so these could be smaller dividers for cables and whatnot. So put like this type of cable management on this, completely remove this, and then you might have a usable pouch here, but it just doesn't work. It's just too tight, everything's too snug. And then this is only like a quarter zip, so I just have like some extra battery charger stuff in here for my camera batteries and stuff, because I just don't have any place else to put these, so I just put them here so they're organized. So I mean, this is stretchy, but only the center panel is, so you can fit a few things in here that are oversized and it'll stretch out. But even trying to fit like my hard drive in here, because my Lacy hard drive has a rubber coating over it to make it a little more rugged, because it's the Lacy rugged hard drive, it catches on this, so you can't even really cram it all the way in, because if you cram it in, you really got to force it in, then you really got to force it out. So this power packer by Side Gear, I know people love this thing. I hate it. I think it's basically useless. It's just something I throw some odds and ends into to help organize at home. I don't ever take this out of the house anymore. This is probably the most I've handled it in the past year and a half. So side-by-side gear, good form factor, decent materials, crappy product. But the Rushfaster Essential Tech Pouch, super stoked that I got a chance to take a look at this because it knocked my old standby out of the way for something that's made out of premium materials and is blue sign fabric, so that's always a good thing as well. So I love this thing. It's great. It's working out really, really well, and I have not gone back to my Amazon pouch since I got it. So if you're looking at it, thumbs up, go for it. You won't be disappointed. Great product, great quality, lots of different organizations, lots of different carry options inside this. So yeah, I recommend it. So if you like this video or any of my other videos, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it so you get notifications next time I post a brand new video. Good night.